Hola amigos, welcome to San Miguel, El Salvador. This is Javier, by the way. So San Miguel is the easternmost city in El Salvador. I've spent the last 3 weeks or so bicycling through the country. I've had a great time. I visited the 3 main cities. So Santa Ana in the far west, San Salvador in the middle, then San Miguel here in the far east, and I got to spend at least like a few days in each city. Also got the opportunity to go to the coast, inland, you know, the big cities, bigger towns, small towns, and rural areas as well. So not everywhere in the country, but a decent cross section. With that, I'm going to talk about if I feel like El Salvador is a safe place to travel. It's a topic that's worth noting because El Salvador is kind of neck and neck with Honduras in terms of statistics that are eye-opening in terms of violence. Yeah, so if you've watched some of my previous videos of is Mexico safe to travel, and if Guatemala is safe to travel, this may be slightly repetitive for you. Maybe you'll still enjoy the scenery here. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make yourself at home. Lots of videos here. Yeah, so those high crime statistics I don't feel like really affect tourists at all, or very rarely. Some pretty significant gang activity. I believe they're called like MS-13 is like the big one, and there's another one, MS-14 or something. So like drug kind of cartel type gangs. And yeah, so that's really where most of the statistics come from, is those gangs rivaling each other. So a lot of violence comes from that, you know, disputes over who can sell what where, and those gangs also, you know, versus the law enforcement and authorities, so that racks up big numbers as well. But from what I can tell, that stuff, maybe certain parts of the big cities, but not the parts where you would want to visit, like not like downtown or the nicer areas that you might be staying at. So like if you're going to kind of, you know, places that you've heard of, like the places that I went to on my channel, you know, there's police everywhere. It's not happening. There's not going to be it's very unlikely. Hola, buenas. It's super unlikely that there would be a violent confrontation where you would be. It just wouldn't really make sense. So yeah, so I think for tourists there's nothing really to worry about. Again, you know, the common safety tips apply for traveling in a country like this. Don't flash wealth. You know, don't be try to avoid being out too late in you know, places that are unpopulated. But even in San Salvador, it was like midnight or something, and I really wanted a chocolate milk, and I walked, and I was really alone in these streets, and like kind of not quite downtown, a bit of out of downtown, probably not the worst neighborhood, but maybe not the best either. And I walked for like 8 blocks, and I was like really kind of mostly alone, and I was really not worried at all. And as you might have been able to tell in those last shots there, Salvadorans are just super nice people in general. They're always willing to help out and stuff like that. Yeah, so 99.9% of people here are really nice. So they'll make sure you're not lost, and if you need anything and stuff like that. So people are really nice. So there's really nothing to worry about if you're being somewhat reasonable in terms of safety. You'll most likely be fine. Yeah, so that's kind of everything I have to say. I really love my time in El Salvador. Amazing country, just green everywhere. Well, when you're outside of the cities, just great people, interesting history, volcanoes everywhere. I think there's like over 25 volcanoes or something. So some really cool stuff to do in El Salvador. So if you check out my channel, if you go on my channel page and search El Salvador, you'll be able to see all those videos and all the amazing things that the country has to offer. So definitely don't be scared by those high crime statistics. Yeah, definitely don't skip El Salvador. Yeah, so I was in El Salvador as part of my bicycle tour from Canada to Argentina. If you'd like to see everywhere that I went on my tour and everything that I did, I have an interactive map on my website. That's followthehumoftheearth.com. And if you'd like to keep up with my continuing adventures, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that maybe you enjoy El Salvador. Have a good one.